Hey guys, it's Akhtar Khan from Reaching Excellence. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can flip properties for lumps of cash without having to buy the property in the first place. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so look, what I want to do today is in this video, I want to share with you a property strategy. I've just come and had a look at a property that fits. I want to share with you a property strategy called an assisted sale. So let's go through what an assisted sale is, why you would use one, how they work, and how you could make profit from property using this particular strategy. So what is an assisted sale? Well, the first thing is that an assisted sale is a contract that you have. It's an agreement between you and a seller where you assist them to sell the property. So why would you want to do that? Well, if you wanted to make profit from property and you wanted to flip a deal, normally what most people would do is they'd buy it first. So you don't have the need to use cash, mortgage, or bridging finance. Now, the problem with that is it can be costly. Sometimes jumping through hoops with lenders, it takes time, and you're incurring more costs. And if you've bought the property first and you put the property in your name, there's stamp duty, legal costs, there's all these costs that come up. When you use an assisted sale, all you pay for is the solicitor's fees, your legals, and then if you need to do any work to the property, then you pay for that, okay? So let me give you an example of a deal that I recently did. This is my most recent assisted sale deal. This was a 2-bedroom flat in Sussex. The vendor was basically facing a repossession. He got repossessed, and I managed to negotiate with the lender to get the deal back so they didn't snatch the property. The property was very tired. It needed a major refurb. And I agreed to give the vendor £90,000 for the property, which was under market value. Even if it's at its current condition at the time, it was worth about 135. I went in and did a 25 grand refurb, and it's just gone on the market for 180 grand. So it's about 65 grand margin in it, give or take. Now, what's been my cost to do this deal? Well, there's the refurb cost, obviously, but then there's just been the legal fees I've had to pay to my solicitor, which has not been a great deal of money. If I was to do this in the regular way, I would have had to either get a mortgage, use cash, or use bridging finance, and there would have been more costs incurred, things like stamp duty, and mortgage broker fees and all that sort of stuff. So there's more costs involved. The other thing is, when it comes to selling a property, sometimes when you sell a property or you try to buy a property that the previous owner has owned for less than 6 months, that can sometimes cause a problem with some of the lenders here in the UK. So this is a really efficient way of controlling a property and not having to have the cash up front or the mortgaging up front to be able to buy it and flip it on. So you control it and then you flip it. So typically, how would you structure one of these deals? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do things. Now, with the deal that I mentioned, I gave the vendor a flat fee. What you can do sometimes is you can agree a set amount, and then you can say anything over a set amount, you'll split 50-50. So let me give you an example of some of the kind of assisted deals I've done in the past. So sometimes properties don't sell because they're poorly marketed, they're not staged properly, and people don't understand the psychology behind selling houses. If you're going to sell a house to an end user, it's an emotional sale, okay? I flip loads of houses, and whenever we flip houses, we always make sure that they look so nice that you want to move in. We want people to come in and fall in love with the house and go, oh, or the apartment or whatever it is, okay? So a lot of people don't understand this. So they might be in a house like this one here. I call it a housing estate that I'm in. It's probably about 20 years old. Some really nice houses here. They're small, but it's dated. So it's dated inside. It's clean and tidy, but it's dated. And also, the owners are non-British, so they've got very different taste, and it probably isn't going to appeal to the right kind of person who would buy that property. This is kind of like a first-time buyer home or a small family upscaling. It's a 3-bedroom house. So one of the things that you need to understand is that there are people out there that won't be able to sell their property because it either needs some work doing to it, it may be poorly marketed. So sometimes if you go online and you look at some of the portals, you can sometimes see properties that have got really rubbish images. You think, who took that photo? The photo doesn't look very good. The curb doesn't look very nice. The photos inside don't make the picture look very attractive. And those people do not get a great deal of interest in the properties. Whenever it comes to selling houses, always get a professional photographer to take photos of the house. It's a false economy not to, okay? So people don't understand how to market. So sometimes you get properties that are just poorly marketed. The second thing is staging. Okay, so sometimes people don't know how to stage their properties properly. Whenever we stage properties, we make sure they look like a dream home, because again, we want people to go in there and fall in love with it, and they want to envisage themselves in a beautiful kitchen, cooking dinner and having dinner with their family or their partner or whatever. And you want to you want them to envisage being in a bathroom, in a beautiful bathroom, having a nice bubble bath, that kind of stuff. You want them to kind of have a little bit of aspiration as to kind of lifestyle they want to lead, okay? So it's really important that you see that this is the value that you can add. So if you've got someone who has got a property that they can't sell, you could go and try and buy it, but you could make, lumps of cash, more cash, if you're confident about, number one, the market conditions. Also, if you find out what the problem is as to why it's not selling. So typically not being marketed very well. Sometimes it's down to conditions. Sometimes properties need some refurb work doing, or a lick of paint or whatever. Other times it can be down to the taste and the internal decor that it isn't going to appeal to the right market. Sometimes there's common sense things. Look, I'm a dog owner, right? I've got a small dog. I'm used to my dog, but if you go into a house and you're not used to dog smells, the smell can put people off. So sometimes when you do these assisted sale deals, there's obvious things that you can see as to why the property isn't selling. And of course, if the vendor can't sell the property, they become more motivated and then they want to do a deal. So typically, again, how you'd structure these deals is a set price, cost of any works that you might do, and then anything over and above that, you can split 50-50 with the vendor. Now, sometimes you can do these, you can go, this is a real quick, easy thing. I can go in there, get my team to go in there. We can spend 2, 3, 4, 5 grand on it, and we can turn this all the way around, and we can make this into something that's going to be outstanding. You obviously want to have a vendor that's going to be compliant and willing to work with you. So, they're not going to leave their dog around, or they're not going to leave the place a mess. You can get them to work with you, and you can make sure that they're going to be cooperative when it comes to selling the property. And with this, you can make lumps of cash. I've done 25, 30, 40 grand lumps of cash out of doing an assisted sale deal, which is a deal that I haven't had to really do a great deal for. I haven't had to go and buy it. I haven't had to go and get finance or a mortgage or use all my cash. It just means I've been able to control a property, negotiate the deal, and flip it on and make those lumps of cash. And that's something that you can do too. So hopefully, guys, I hope you found this useful. What I'm going to do in the next videos, I'm going to give you a I'm going to take you to a video that I did, which was an interview with a motivated seller who I did that assisted sale deal with. Now, one of the things that happens inside our academy is, like, when people come in, they learn about these creative ways of doing deals. The biggest problem people have is they don't believe that you can do these deals. They hear it in theory, they think it kind of exists, but seeing is believing. So I shot a video with the vendor to show my academy members that actually this stuff is really real. It goes on. The video was shot in August 2020, so it was not that long ago, and it'd be useful for you to see that these deals exist, so you can actually go out and do it. Sometimes people think that this stuff doesn't exist and you can't do it. You absolutely can, and believing it means you're going to see it, and it's going to give you the confidence to go out and do these kind of deals for yourself. So I hope you found this video useful. Please like, subscribe, and share this. Spread the love with anyone that could benefit from it, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Bye for now.